Oh baby, I ain't gonna lie, I'm just imagining the faces of so many fans of Hit, the legendary assassin from Universe 6. After this episode, it was probably a big blow to the stomach, a big kick to the nutsack, so to speak, and if you're a female, a big kick to whatever y'all got going on down there, because damn, Hit went in, Hit tried his best, and you tried, homie, you tried. Now this episode of Dragon Ball Super, I think I need, and I'm gonna say it, and I keep on repeating this, but I'm gonna say it almost every Dragon Ball Super review until we make a change. We need to make a change, and you know what that change is? I'm gonna tell you what that change is. We need to get Ribrianne the fuck up out of there. Nobody likes Ribrianne. Repeat it with me, people. Ribrianne, get out of here. In my Austin Powers voice, I need to say it right now. Why won't you die? Seriously, Ribrianne. She's hiding behind the rock. She's getting motivational speeches thrown at her, and it's like, bro, then Vegeta even tried. Why? I don't understand what Toei's mindset it is with the Ribrianne character. I mean, I could assume maybe they're trying to appease whatever of the female fan base, because there are some really kick-ass, cool females that watch Dragon Ball Super 2. Maybe they think they're appeasing to them. I'm gonna break it to you, and I hate to break it to you, but even the females don't really care for her. The females, they want their Vegeta, their Papa Vegeta, you know what I'm saying? They want those characters. They don't want Ribrianne. I get it was an homage, and for the first time, she was shown cool beans, an homage to the Sailor genre, the Sailor Moon genre, the Magical Girl genre. Cool. It's done. Get her out of here. I'm sorry I had to rant in this one, but every time I see Ribrianne, I keep thinking, like, how much of the fandom wants to see? No. Out of here, Ribrianne. But yeah, Ribrianne's still alive and kicking in the tournament. It will be hilarious if she wins this shit by some default. Her universe wins this one. I'm gonna be like, Nani sore? You know what I'm saying? Like, whoa. So, majority of the episode, though, was kick-ass. Was it as kick-ass of episodes 1-9 and 110? Nah. There's no way you can match up to the art, animation, intensity, and the build-up to that. Absolutely not. Also, you could definitely see a very vivid decrease from the art and animation from those episodes to this one, which is to be expected. I did not expect to have that same look that those episodes had with this episode. The fight of Jiren and Hit, yeah, it wasn't nowhere near that way, but was it still cool and kick-ass for a follow-up episode that was obviously not going to be as big budgeted? Definitely. It definitely showcased, but yet again, it's a good and a bad, and I'm going to explain the good and the bad. The good is, once again, it showcases that Jiren is just absolutely top tier. If we don't care about Jiren as far as like his character, because we don't know about his character, we don't know really shit about Jiren other than he's a part of the Pride Troopers, he's seemingly a good guy, you know, following with the Pride Troopers stuff that we've seen that's been established so far. So okay, but the power is absolutely insane, and one of the top dogs, somebody that gave Goku a huge run for his money in the Universe 6 tournament, and even that filler episode where they went at it with each other, where they seemingly were equal at the time. It shows that Jiren is nothing to fuck with. He's nothing to fuck with, right? The bad. And it's happened in many, many series that I've read. Ending of Naruto, Madara, Uchiha, so many people where you're building him up to a point where it's going to almost feel like bullshit or unrealistic unless something is very creatively done to take Jiren out using strategy or jumping this motherfucker, something, because the way they building him up, Ultra Instinct Goku kind of gave him a little bit, but the time ran out, so it wasn't enough. Hit couldn't do jack shit. Goku without Ultra Instinct can't do nothing, and everybody else is pretty much like cowering in fear to this guy because they can't do nothing to him. So when it comes time for him to be defeated, assuming he is defeated and it's not just a timeout, how? You know what I'm saying? How, when the top tier people can't do it and everybody's relying on Ultra Instinct Goku? Now let's quickly talk about the end of last week's episode, which myself, a lot of people that I know, and a lot of you guys called it that Frieza wasn't going to be a malicious person. It was kind of payback in a way of, hey, you saved me back then, the debt is cleared, which it was a nice little twist. It was just a twist that we all seen coming, so it wasn't necessarily a twist, or it wasn't like, whoa, out of here, just because it kind of felt that way. It was like one of those cliffhangers of like, yeah, we're trying to steer you this way, but I guess you guys already know that it's really not going that way. Frieza healing him, and Frieza saying, I don't really want to tango with that monster Jiren, kind of shows that even Frieza isn't confident to go up against Jiren. He's hoping for Goku to do it, so that makes you think, okay, maybe Goku and Frieza were equal at one given point, but Ultra Instinct takes Goku to a whole other level that Frieza can't touch. You know what I'm saying? So it was interesting to see Frieza in that regard, but Frieza still stood in character as far as like, I'm helping you, but I'm still an evil piece of shit, so I rocks with it. I think Frieza yet again, and I don't really want to go into a Frieza praising, because he didn't do too much other than he healed Goku enough so that Goku can move around and shit like that. Frieza, great addition to the Tournament of Power. I'm so glad it turned out like this, and it didn't turn out like, why is Frieza back? So the small little part that he played, well played, Frieza. Cool shit. But then, Hit versus Jiren. Hit throwing out all the stops, using his time, everything that he possibly can, and still couldn't do nothing. And he even bet on that one thing, and he couldn't get the job done. It's insane, because that also leaves the fate of Universe 6 up to who? We seen the Namekians finally in this episode. I was really hyped for that. Doesn't seem like they're going to be too much. I was hoping that they could be a big, shocking surprise that maybe Champa and Vados didn't even know, and they could be like even surpassing Hit. But I don't see that being the case, because they were throwing hands with Piccolo and Gohan, and it didn't really seem like, hey, they're just slaughtering them. It could be, but more than likely not. So Hit against Jiren. Hit being out of the ring, we got Kaba, we got Caulifla, we have Kale, we have the Namekians, and I'm not sure if we have anybody else. Frost was defeated, Magetta was defeated, Botamo was defeated, and I'm not sure who else is on Universe 6's team, but I know at the very least their biggest hitter is out. It looks like possibly Kale is their strongest fighter as of right now, because the Namekians ain't doing shit. You know, like, I have some hope for them, but in reality, they're not going to be on Hit's level. It looks as though Kale, having that control of that Broly-esque form, that Berserk Saiyan form or whatever, might be their biggest shot at winning. I think the best thing they should do at this point, especially the fact that Hit is out, they just need to try to survive with their numbers. They should stick together. Anybody that comes at them, just fight them off and stick together to try and keep their numbers up, because technically Universe 11 can lose. If they could even lose to Universe 6 if Universe 6 has more fighters in them by the end of the tournament. So I think that would be their best move. Is that going to happen? Probably not, but Kale is their best fighter at this particular point in her Berserker thing. Not even Caulifla, which Caulifla is a bae, but that's what they need to do, because Hit is up out of there. And it was also interesting to see Hit break character. That was something that I really noticed, because he's always been a solo dude, but he kind of realized for this mission, he really needs to inform and lead, so to speak. So Hit became more of a leader with this episode. Cool shit there, but it wasn't enough. Jiren is just way too much, and it's kind of the passing of the mantle, and a lot of arcs do that, where it's like, hey, the big antagonist from that arc or a couple arcs ago is no longer a baddie, because the baddie of this one whips his ass, and that's all. It's kind of a plot device in order to introduce how badass this guy is, which they should have done this earlier than the Ultra Instinct technique transformation thingy. Hit should have been fighting him sooner, so that way it could even build up more, so when Ultra Instinct went in, it would have been a little bit different. But yet again, just built up Jiren. I think the fight was pretty cool for what they did. Obviously, art and animation, like I said earlier, is not going to be on the point of Goku versus Jiren, but for what they did, it was pretty decent. It's just crazy. Hit is out of there. Like, and I was hoping for a rematch of Hit versus Vegeta, but to be honest with you, we haven't seen much of Vegeta's feats to its max in this tournament as of yet, so I don't know if Vegeta really could have compete with Hit, unless he comes out of nowhere and he has Ultra Instinct 2 or a brand new transformation that's even different from Ultra Instinct. That'd be an interesting matchup, but Hit eliminated, so we definitely got progression. And by the end of the episode, it said half of the Tournament of Power has been completed. If I'm not mistaken, wasn't the Tournament of Power like 48 minutes or some shit? That is insane. In like 10, 15 episodes, we've only gotten like 20 minutes in real time, 20 something minutes in real time. Absolutely insane. This is 5 minutes on Namek all over again, but it's been pretty enjoyable and pretty interesting and kick ass at the same time, so you can't really complain. It's going to be interesting to see how Goku gets up from all of this, because you had the Namekians attacking him. He's still not really back to normal. Frieza gave him enough so that he can move around, but how is he going to get to Ultra Instinct again? I mean, I guess we've seen in the Battle of Gods era where he learned how to go into God form or use the God form power without going into it, so maybe he can use Ultra Instincts without having to go into that transformation, and that's how we're going to have a round 2 of Jiren, because we got to have a round 2. But at this point, the way they're building up Jiren, it has to go down a few different ways. If Hit was nothing to him, and then he just went and started meditating again like nothing, but also the eyes, and I know I'm all over the place, but Jiren, there's something to do with the eyes. I don't know if he's being controlled by the God of Destruction in Universe 11. Something is going on with those eyes because he keeps on using them. But again, he's unstoppable, so either it's going to have to be they jump his ass, Ultra Instincts round 2, and Goku really learned how to maneuver it a little bit better and use the powers a little bit longer, because again, if he can do it like how he did in Battle of Gods with the God mode, maybe he can be in normal Super Saiyan using the techniques of Ultra Instinct and not run out of time. So there's a possibility there. Or one of the universes, time runs out and they got more fighters in Universe 11, and bam, that's how they'll win, but Jiren's never defeated. That'd be interesting to see. How do you guys think this is going to go down? Big question. Is Jiren going to be defeated, or is it just going to be a numbers thing? That's how they're going to be able to beat Universe 11. Also, what's up with the eyes? Is he being like a puppet, essentially? Because they'll definitely get disqualified, and Zeno will ring them out in a heartbeat. How did you feel about Hit getting dusted off? I mean, Hit gave it his all. It was actually impressive. Champa didn't even scream at him and shit like that, so you know Hit put in work. Are you disappointed as a Hit fan? You're like, what the hell? Are you mad that we didn't get a rematch between Vegeta and Hit? I wanted to see that so bad. Maybe in the future a different arc or something like that. I'm just saying I want to see that. Also, what do you think of the episode? Frieza throwing energy to Goku, healing him up. Honestly, to me, it felt like it was supposed to be a surprise, but to me it was expected. And your overall thoughts of everything, like, how's Jiren gonna go down? This monster, this freak of nature of power. How we gonna do it? How we gonna take the big boy down? That's all I have for this one, though. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram, and stalk my Facebook to get more when the video ends. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day.